Greetings, my dear friends. This is Carrie at HolisticPsychic.com, bringing you another episode of Tarot for the Soul, weekly insights to support our collective journeys in spiritual awakening, healing, and empowerment. So we're halfway through the month now. How's everyone doing with their empowerment practices for September? If you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to link it up here so you can check it out. There's still time to cash in on the opportunities for personal growth and empowerment that are specifically utilizing the energies of September. For this week, we have the new moon occurring in the sign of Virgo this Thursday. So that means for this next few days leading up to the new moon, we are all going to be feeling a little bit more inward, a little bit more lethargic. It's best to just know that that is the energy that's happening for the next few days. Allow yourself to align your daily flow with that. It's not a good idea to try to force yourself to go against the grain of the energies that are happening now. It's better to just ride the wave and trust the timing of it all. New moons do give us opportunities to set new energies in motion, but the first few days of the new moon are more about the intention setting and aligning with the energy, not so much about taking the action. That's more full moon, and we'll talk about that in a few weeks. So we are in Virgo season. The sun is in Virgo, and now the moon comes into Virgo. So the new moon in Virgo really supports us in things having to do with organization, focus, and practicality. In general, as we're coming into later this week, we are all going to experience a renewed sense of motivation around focus, especially with matters having to do with being a little bit more productive, a little bit more organized. So that will come later in the week. Now, we do still have Mars in retrograde in Aries. So we can expect, in general, people are going to be a little bit more reactive than usual. And so being aware of this ahead of time will give you the information that you need to be able to navigate through this energy a little bit more consciously. You yourself might feel a little more agitated than usual as well. But as we're gaining momentum with the new moon, that energy should dissipate. In fact, by the time we move into Friday, the new moon will shift into the sign of Libra, which is more about harmony, beauty, and balance. Now, you might notice that yesterday I uploaded a guided meditation on self-love. Later this week, I'm going to be uploading another video that is sharing sacred wisdom teachings around self-love. And this is primarily in alignment with the energies that we're going to be shifting into as we're coming into the next few weeks. So we're a little bit ahead of the curve in preparing for the fall equinox that's happening next week, and so you can stay tuned for that as well. Okay, having said all of that, let's go ahead and dive in to see what sacred insights and messages the cards have for us this week to support our collective journeys in spiritual awakening, healing, and empowerment. Okay, so I'm taking a moment to tune in. I'm working with my Universal Rider-Waite Deck today. It's one of my go-to decks. This one's well worn in. I've had this actual deck for probably 20 some years, and it's still in pretty good shape considering all the readings I've done with it. So this reading, as usual, is for the collective. This is giving us insights that are supporting all of us as a collective, in the collective humanity, collective consciousness. If you would like a customized reading for you, then just contact me. We can for sure arrange that. I do readings through video chat all the time. Okay, let me take a moment to tune in here. So we are intending that all of the information that comes through today is coming from only the highest sources of guidance possible, and that the insights are aligned with truthfulness and serving the highest good and soul evolution for the collective. And I'm going to do my 5-card spread that I've been doing that feels to be giving us a nice well-rounded look at what's going on. And I'm just going to give the cards a few more shuffles here. Okay, and I'm going to select the cards now. I think I'll actually select them just one at a time today. Okay. Okay, first card I'm going to look at is the one that's showing up at the very bottom of the deck as an unconscious or subconscious undercurrent energy that's influencing the collective. The Death card reversed, showing up upside down, so I'll talk a little bit about what that means. And so the Death card in and of itself, honestly, in the long run, ends up being more about rebirth and renewal than anything else. It supports us in transition, transformation, releasing anything that's no longer serving us, creating space for renewed energies, renewed vibrancy, shifting into higher vibrations and things of that nature. So as it's showing up in the reverse position, I feel like this has to do with some of the astrology that's happening this week. Even though we've got the new moon, which is always new beginnings, new intentions, setting forth, we do have some challenging aspects happening astrologically, and the Death card reversed seems to be revealing that. It's like, yeah, we have this opportunity for rebirth and renewal that happens every month with the new moon, but some of these challenging aspects that are coming up may leave us feeling a little bit frustrated. We may experience setbacks, delays, obstacle-ish type energy. It could be, I know with me, I'm feeling it in the way of, let's say that I have like 5 awesome things that I want to get done in one particular day. And then because of glitches that are happening in one way or another, I get like 1 or 2 of those things done. It's going to be that type of energy this week. So again, the whole point in us looking more deeply into the energies is that it informs us. We can be well informed as to the energies that are happening so that we can more consciously work around them and maybe not be so triggered when things aren't going our way. It's always a good idea to just trust when we do have delays, setbacks, obstacles, whatever. In the long run, even those things are always supporting our highest goals, our highest intentions. So this is a really good opportunity this week to practice going with the flow of whatever change of plans might happen, whatever setback might happen, whatever roadblock might happen. Embrace it as something that's actually supporting your efforts and intentions. And in the long run, you'll be able to recognize in retrospect how the delays, the setbacks, the frustrating energies we experience this week in the long run actually are supporting our collective efforts. All right, here we go. Card number 1 in the spread indicates the external environment, energies that are influencing us externally. This can be on the collective conscious level, what's going on collectively, mentally, and emotionally. It can also be, what's going on politically, what's going on cosmically with the astrology. And we have the 8 of Pentacles showing up reversed. And the 8 of Pentacles in and of itself is an energy of industriousness. It's the energy of delightfully cultivating skills, talents, and abilities through repetition of practice. Now, as the card is showing up reversed, this would indicate to me that the qualities that we're cultivating right now through repetition are going to be more inward qualities rather than external activity right now. So this is a really good week to practice mindfulness. The energies are supportive of that. So we can actually get a lot done by doing the inner level of work, and this can be on many levels. It could be in just planning and strategizing. This can also be about taking care of our physical bodies. The pentacles are about the physical realm, and so it's physical activity, physical action. It can be our physical bodies, physical health, finances, things of that nature. But again, in the reverse position, it's turning things inward. So how can you take care of yourself physically this week? Are you getting enough rest? Are you getting enough nutrients in your diet? Are you getting enough water? Are you getting enough fresh air? This is a really good week to tend to your self-care on those physical levels as well. Now we're going to take a look at the internal influences. What's influencing us collectively on the internal, intuitive, subconscious levels? It's this one, Ace of Cups. So we are all gearing up for Libra season, which is around the corner, which is all about beauty, harmony, balance. So this is what our inner compass is dialing into right now. So when it comes to matters having to do with maybe inner healing work that you're doing this week, inner clearing, it's setting the space for renewed exuberance around experiencing beauty, harmony, balance in your life. The Ace of Cups also inspires new ideas that come from the sensing feeling level. And so it also brings in matters having to do with creativity. All of us collectively are experiencing this in our own unique ways. Take some time to discern how you are uniquely being inspired in your life this week. Hidden energies. Hidden energies is showing up as the King of Wands, showing up reversed. And again, this is really calling us in the direction of cultivating what our inner ambitions are, our inner creative ambitions. The King of Wands represents characteristics that are connected to enthusiasm, creativity, expression, meaning and purpose on our path, and really coming into your leadership along those lines. In the reverse position, again, now's not so much the time of taking action, but it's more about letting the energy build a little bit. That could be taking some time to get even more clear around what your inspirations are, what you're feeling compelled to experience or create at this time in your life. Let the energy internally build a little bit, get more clarity, find your enthusiasm, find your joy. This is a really good week for that. It's a lot about second chakra energy. Ultimately, you can see that there's actually literally a lot of orange in this card. So second chakra, things connected to creativity, joy, receptivity, intuition, cultivating the inner aspects of these things. This is a really good week to literally do some energy work or some clearing or healing around the second chakra. Cautionary energy for us this week. Things to look out for. Things that could cause challenges. The Chariot card. The Chariot card inspires change. It usually comes in to initiate or inspire movement forward. So we're all feeling compelled in the direction of forward movement, which we will be able to shift into that energy over the next few weeks, but it's not going to be this week. This is why it's coming up as our challenge energy. We're all sort of chomping at the bit to, okay, I've got this great idea. I want to get this done. I'm ready to do it all now. But the practical reality is we're not really completely prepared to step into action. It's worth it to let yourself have a little bit more space and time that the energy this week is affording us to be extra prepared in regard to whatever your endeavors are, your enthusiasms that you're chomping at the bit to create, express, or leap into action with. We will have the opportunity to leap into action in the next few weeks, but again, it's not this week. Take the time this week to cultivate more preparedness so that when the energies are conducive to leaping into action, you're going to be good to go. The best use of this energy this week is preparedness internally, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever you can do to be completely prepared to leap into action in whatever ways you are uniquely being inspired. This is what the message is for all of us collectively this week. Now, the Power card. What energy is helping us? What's giving us a boost this week collectively? Power card, Power card, Power card. I feel like there's two that want to come up, so I'm going to go with it. It is the High Priestess card reversed and the Seven of Swords showing up right side up. One of the main messages that comes with the Seven of Swords is around the fact that you have the ability to gather resources, information, and knowledge that will enable you to make a positive difference in the world. And sometimes we feel compelled to share that knowledge with others and those resources and the information with others, and sometimes we're compelled not to. So with the High Priestess card showing up with it in the reverse position, it's reminding us to not ignore what our own intuition is telling us around information, knowledge, and resources that we're sharing with other people or that we're compelled to share with other people or not. I would say that based on all of the other messages that have been coming through in this reading for us this week for the collective, that now is a good time to gather those resources, gather the information, gather the knowledge in preparation for however you feel guided to be contributing to the world in ways that are making a positive difference. And again, the time for sharing may not be right now. Now, on a deeper level with the tarot, it's ask yourself, and this is where you can use your intuition as well, what are my true reasons for what I'm sharing in the realm of resources, knowledge, information, or not? What are my reasons for that? Are they high vibrational reasons, like I'm preserving the energy of something good that I'm still cultivating? Or are your reasons more selfish, self-centered, or based in fear or lack? So this is another component that we can weave in to our collective journeys in spiritual awakening and healing. Just being aware of what are my reasons for my choices around sharing knowledge and information and resources or not sharing knowledge, information, and resources, and making sure that those reasons are high vibration reasons that feel very aligned with your inner guidance. So just to summarize the energies that are happening this week in regard to the cards that came through and some of the basic astrological aspects that are happening, it feels like the message is around this week being a great week to further cultivate plans, ideas, inspirations, in preparation for taking action on those things in the next few weeks. Gather resources, gather information, gather knowledge. be aware of the fact that the next few days we are going to feel a little bit more inward focused, not so much motivated to leap into action. So go with that energy. Utilize the energy based in the messages that came through for us this week. Maybe there's some clearing that needs to happen, literally, energetically, metaphorically, that will enable you to gain the most benefit out of these energies that are supporting us in the direction of preparedness for this week. All right, I'm going to leave you all with that. Blessings and namaste. I'm going to see you in a few more days with some sacred wisdom teachings around self-love. We'll see you then.